future time where more earthquakes and tsunamis started happening on the earth, in which lakhs of people were killed every time. These earthquakes were affecting every country of the world, because till now, no country has been able to invent any technique by which they can give warning before these natural disasters occur. Now we are shown a couple in which Josh and Pam both are husband and wife scientists, where one night Josh knows about a strange explosion in the air. When he checked the compressor, it was not pointing anywhere, it was just spinning very fast. Josh got up from the bed and looked towards the sky, and saw that for a strange reason, northern lights had appeared here again, which was quite weird, and he realizes that something very bad is going to happen. Josh and Pam quickly rush to their office, where Josh notices the core of the earth, that there is no problem in it, and that is why so many earthquakes are happening. After a while, Pam comes to him very worried, and Josh tells her his findings that a solar flare had hit their area last night. Earthquakes also occurred at the same time, and now the North Pole has shifted by 2,000 miles and has reached Siberia, which means that they may have to face such an earthquake soon, which can destroy the entire Earth. Pam is shocked and says in surprise that how can this happen? There was no warning science for this yet. The last time it happened was about 10 years ago. Josh says that when this happened last time, of life on Earth was destroyed. Pam interrupts him and says that more than high-voltage power transformers have exploded in the US, so right now they should focus on that. And Josh is thinking too much. Anyway, Pam had to go to an emergency meeting, so she is focusing on that for now. Josh then says that Pam will have to take his theories seriously, if according to him all this has happened due to solar stones and magnetic field. So it is important to tell this to everyone in the meeting. But Pam forbids him from doing so, because then the higher officials will think that they are crazy and they might fire both of them from their job. Pam and Josh now go to the meeting where President David and other senior ministers are sitting with him. The president angrily asks why they were not prepared for the incident that happened last night. Pam replies that all our instruments failed due to the sudden massive solar flare that came last night. And right now our devices haven't had much success, so we will need more funding to predict such events in the future. Pam then asks Josh to explain to the president how the Earth's magnetic field protects us from the solar sphere. And Josh starts revealing that the Earth's outer core is slowly slowing down and we are losing our magnetic protection. So he believes that they will have to artificially accelerate the Earth's core again by creating two large colliders. Now, after hearing such big claims from Josh, the official was very angry that this problem is not that big, and he wants to scare people by spreading conspiracy theories. The president says that right now they just have to save their infrastructure so that it doesn't get destroyed like last night. But Josh again says that they have to listen to him. And after that, Josh is thrown out of the meeting. Outside, Pam attacks Josh and asks him why he said all this in front of the president. While they were arguing, another big earthquake occurs, which was even bigger than the previous one. Josh gives his assurance to Pam that he will not work here anymore because of the pressure on him. I can't believe it. As soon as he reached home, Josh started packing his things, and he told Pam that you should also come with me, but Pam refused and said that you should have waited for now, till the time people understand your theory. But now Josh doesn't want to wait and see everything getting destroyed. Anyway, Pam is not coming with him now, so he leaves his wedding ring there and leaves the house. And like this, slowly 3 years have passed since Josh left, but as Josh had warned below, the same thing is happening in the whole world. The ice is melting. Many cities have drowned, and the same thing is happening everywhere. The governments thought that this will stop then, but according to him, everything kept increasing, where till now crores of people have lost their lives. The magnetic field of the Earth has almost ended. Our planet has now become completely defenseless. Now Pam also finds out that the poles of the Earth have shifted. Pam, who had not met Josh for the last 3 years, realizes that Josh had predicted all this 3 years ago. So she takes her wedding ring and goes to Josh's new address by plane, where Josh was already loading his luggage in a boat. Pam tells him that the magnetic field of the Earth has weakened, and now the same thing is happening which Josh had predicted 3 years ago. But then no one took him seriously, but now she wants to help him. She has come to ask Josh to return to his office and help her in this disaster. Now Josh says that it is too late now. He has been studying this for 3 years. They were talking when suddenly a tsunami starts coming again. Josh hurriedly starts cutting the rope attached to the boat's ground, and he sends Pam into the boat and somehow goes into the water and cuts the rope, and they start moving away with the boat. Seeing Josh safe, Pam hugs him, saying that he saved her life by risking his own. Josh tells that all the ice around the world has melted, so now there will be more tsunamis, and all the big cities will drown. Pam says that they should save as many people as they can, and now together they start searching for the survivors. And just like that, they rescue 9 people from the shore. Among them was a child. Now after some time, when Josh was talking to 2 survival fillers and Nick on the deck of the boat, the sunlight starts falling very intensely and burns Nick's forehead. Nick quickly runs inside for help, while Josh goes to Pam, who is driving the boat. Josh quickly warns her that the sky has become even darker now, so they have to get out of this zone quickly. Pam reminds her that 3 years ago, Josh believed that they would have to restart the Earth's core by creating 2 colliders. So why not do the same, and Josh was ready for this. He makes a plan that he will take Pam to New York, and from there he will go to France. Both of them will also make a collide there, and then they will take their plan forward with them. Now Pam goes down and tells her plans to the survivors. However, they reluctantly agree to this plan. After some time, Pam also tells Josh that he should be proud of his achievements. He saved a lot of people, because he stuck to his theory. Josh also apologizes to her for leaving him alone 3 years ago. Now by the next day, their boat had reached New York. But here the path to the collider facility was blocked. So now everyone starts moving forward by clearing the path using sticks. During this, their boat also collides with many debris. But despite some damage, they reached the facilities. Here, Pam informs the soldiers to prevent the water from entering. For this, they need more help because the number of soldiers was very less, and they would not be able to block the way. So Josh requests the survivors to volunteer for their mission, and some people should come down here and help the soldiers. Here among the survivors, Rob, Tom, Margie, along with his son Ron and Earl, come forward to help the soldiers and agree to stay here. However, another survivor inside named Greg says that he would not risk his life because he believed their mission would never succeed, and everyone should save themselves. Now Josh leaves for France with the rest of the survivors, asking Earl to take care of Pam. Meanwhile, in New York, the soldiers were quickly completing them. Meanwhile, Pam explains her plan to the experts of the facility and asks them to run a simulation test. Her plan was to create a black hole in the waste facility. And Josh will create another black hole like this from France, and then both the black holes will be stopped together according to the planet, so that the outer core of the Earth can be jump-started. Pam sees that Margie was very upset because when their city was sinking, her son Rohan held her tightly, due to which Margie lost her husband. Now she tries to explain to Margie that it was not Rohan's fault because he is just a child. But Margie is not ready to listen and leaves the place in anger. On the board, Phil asks Josh how they will be able to navigate further without GPS, and Josh shows him his navigation system, which works using gyroscopes so that they do not stray from their exact location. This technology was created by Josh himself. Phil is amazed by this technology. On the other hand, in New York, the soldiers have completed the wall, and they start celebrating happily that now they will finally be safe, when suddenly a nearby power transformer falls into the water. Margie, who is standing on wet ground, and Tom, who is holding a metal CD, both get electric shocks. Now Raj quickly saves Tom, but unfortunately, Margie's body was burnt from inside and she dies. Everyone was sad for Margie, and Pam says that they should not tell anything to Margie's son Ron right now. He lost his father and mother, and they will need more power for their collider because now the electricity tower has broken. So Pam decides that she will go to a nearby coal gas burning station, so that the collider can get power directly from there. Here Earl insists that he was once an electrician and he will handle everything. Pam should just concentrate on her machine. Meanwhile, Josh's boat also gets stuck in a storm. The boat was damaged due to wear, due to which water starts coming in, and that water is slowing down the speed of their boat. They have only a little fuel left to reach France. So, Josh wonders why the boat's speed is decreasing. He goes down and checks that the boat is filled with a lot of water and asks his crew to drain out the water and starts fixing the Nico himself. However, this plan of Josh was also not working. So he tells everyone to throw out all the known essential things to reduce the weight of the boat. Josh further says that they will reach France in a single day, so they should throw away all their food. Now after saying this, Greg gets angry and picks up the gun and warns everyone, so they should come forward to eat. When Josh tries to take the gun from Greg shoots him in the hand. Josh too had understood that Greg is not joking, and he has to back off. Josh tells everyone else to obey the Greek, or else he can hurt them. Now Greg orders that they can throw out everything else. Apart from just food, another survivor named Mooley helps treat Josh's injuries, while Josh finds Pam's purse among the thrown-out items, and in it, he finds the ring she had given him 3 years ago. While after some time Greg also apologizes to Josh for firing the shot in anger. However, Josh says that it doesn't matter, their only goal is to reach France in time and save the world. Meanwhile, Earl had brought wiring to New York so that the collider could be powered. Pam meets up with young Ron after learning that his mother is now dead as well. He was very disappointed. By then Josh's boat had reached France, and Greg found a van and a map for him. They quickly started heading towards the facility, where the second particle collider was kept without wasting any time. By now half of France was submerged in water, so Josh asked everyone to reach their destination quickly so that the waste disaster could be averted. But now on reaching the facility, the guard does not let them in due to their lack of French language. And when Josh insists on it, the guard starts forcing him. However, the professor arrives at the right time and they get Josh released. Now the professor tells Josh that he has received the instructions that Josh had given to Pam, and he thinks that his plan will work. But he also tells Josh that some calculations in his simulations seem wrong and he is unable to understand what the real problem is. Now Josh immediately identifies the problem, as he had been working on it for the last 3 years, and after fixing everything, they all make a video call to Pam in New York. MB was very happy to see Josh safe in France, and now the professor shows that the Earth's magnetic field has come down to almost zero, and after another solar flare, everything will be destroyed. So they have to start everything as soon as possible. Josh quickly starts the protocol and activates the particle collider, after which as soon as the process starts inside the chamber, millions of particles will collide with each other at the speed of light, and a small black hole will be formed, which will automatically be sent towards the outer core of the Earth, and this will make the Earth rotate again, and its magnetic field will return, but they will have to immediately shut down the collider, so that their black hole does not reach the core. So they activate the particles together, and what they thought happened. The black hole was successfully formed, and the outer core of the Earth starts rotating, and when they reach the required level, Josh asked to shut down both the colliders together. Now Josh shuts down the collider properly, but Pam's collider in New York does not shut down due to malfunction. And as was bound to happen, the black hole starts moving towards the core of the Earth. Pam asks everyone to evacuate quickly, while Josh asks the professor to restart the collider. But it was too late by now, and the whole planet was at risk of destruction. Pam decides that she will cut the electric wire of the collider, and very quickly, without caring for her life, she cuts the wire with an axe. It cuts off the... However, there was too much electricity in the wire due to which Pam fainted there. However, fortunately she stopped the black hole from reaching the core. Everyone in France also started celebrating seeing all this. But Josh was very sad, and he ran outside because he was afraid that Pam might not be able to survive. Then the communication returns to his phone, and Josh gets a call from Pam's phone. The little Ryan was crying on the phone because Pam had not yet regained consciousness. Then Pam starts shaking and regains consciousness. Quickly gives the phone to Param, and now Josh apologizes for leaving him and asks if he can come back to live with him. Pemaha says that now they will raise Ron together. The movie ends here with them becoming his new parents and parenting.